It's Thursday. It's September 7th, 2023. Today is the first day of middle school for my son. I'm in this United States of America and Federal Reserve note with this portrait at Forefathers, the U.S. Treasury being what it is. I am in this flag pattern. My NASA astronaut space program looked like this, with John Glenn being my forefather of anything important in space. With Godspeed, I speak like to in God we trust. And being under this symbolic system. I look then to what the cover of People is this month. Now, when it says Pepsi with zero sugar for the people, I'm going to walk through this, but the Mars confectionery need a refresher is really helpful here when going to front cover, inside cover, and looking at the date of 1994 Pepsi with O'Neill, and whatever this second chance at life is from the Queensland crew. I'm in Queens, not Queensland. And then I go to back cover of Lionel, It's Messy. And then I go to Bad Bunny, and then it looks like new look, same great taste. I'm like, So there's that in updating the greatest father that ever lived, or ever is, forever, without end, one nation under God. And so at GOD, so this morning, before I walked my son to his first day of middle school, I was watching the fiction called Space Force, and I will remind my most loving father, has a 40-year-old virgin star who also starred in The Office. He's now in this Space Force, and Space Force is not only Universal, it's also Sony, and it's the art of three. Just saying. And in this Space Force fiction, they mention Mayflower. They mention Shepherd Air Force Base. It also has behind the three at the table this love of me. ME being whatever ME stands for. But also I have the waspish version of the love of me that just follows me around like a shepherd of I dare not speak ill of the larger bird, which I know, according to my traditional holiday schedule and calendar, we serve turkey on Thanksgiving. It's in Pilgrim, and it's a Indian tradition, that's the only bird. And currently I'm having a small issue. I don't know if the greatest bird that ever, being the eagle, just above the turkey bird, but I'm having Cornish hen issues, really. In my father's house, I am my father's only daughter. So this is really a Mars confectionery message, even though on the Pepsi of the people it says zero sugar. At Mars Candy Company and Confectionery. So here we are. Let's see. It reads, while in the People magazine, the cover is Pepsi. I don't know the Coke people. I'm in an area, they put Coke up. on the side of the Mets, and I'm having a Cornish hen issue under my father's roof. So that speaks volumes in indicators. But here we are at watching the signs of the time and the experiential under the Excelsior. Like just under that flag in my area is Excelsior. So giving an update to the greatest father that ever lived. That's important. Let's see here. So it says, oh, so going back to the cover of Pepsi, they're letting me know that the back inside cover of Mars Refresher, O'Neill 1994 inside front cover, Bad Bunny inside back cover. I believe on Space Force they have Armstrong as the ice cream meal, just ice, right? Something like that. Adjacent to this Second Life was this O'Neill 1994 inside the front cover. Bad Bunny was on the back cover. Then they have the Space Force fiction Love of Me. Looks to be a Cornish Hen 1977. If I have to do doppelganger call outs, like shout out to like who showed up in Cornish Hens and shepherds at Air Forces and base reality off of something for corporate employees, Cornish Hen. Dad knows how to find you. It's related to the Spanish uncle problem from 1975. I'm still having a problem with, as is my father under his roof, while the VI Pizza has up Coke and Mets, just so my stars don't get all twisted in the wrong direction. But that goes along with the toilet paper from 5/15/15. Interim, let's see. On the holiday schedule, it says the traditional menu item for Thanksgiving is turkey, not ham. But that's between the Pilgrims and the Indians on traditional customs for this particular holiday event schedule. So that's that. Now, on local news from the Coke and the Mets representatives that are here somehow, I'm walking in New York City and I'm going towards, I'm walking with my son, the third, which is star L. And in my AIIICEL, he would be the L. We are walking, and as we are going past his old elementary school, for the first time, somebody came out with sidewalk chalk, and man, did they bring out the school spirit for the Blue Jays this year. I mean, they decked out the sidewalks we were reading it, and my son was nervous, and middle school enters before elementary school, and he was so excited. It looked like, and of course I know it's only for the elementary school, but it was so nice to have him walk with all of that school spirit outside of the PS31Q building. And we kept going. Then we get to middle school, and middle school, for some reason, on the DOE computer system, they sent email to Linda saying, nothing came by mail, by US Post, by the way, but they sent to Linda an email saying that he could go on his device and the schedule would be there. So my son went to his device, he logged in, and there was nothing. There was no schedule, there was no preparation, there was no anything for him. So then we get to the first day, and the assistant principal's there, and he is right out of MC MS. He is just like all about spirit, and I'm just like, if only my son knew, like, we are a Cornish hen compared to the great turkey and the greatest bird of all time, which is the mighty, mighty eagle. So we are in Cornish hen territory, but they gave me one of the best Cornish hens since I have a under my father's roof problem in the residence. But this guy looks like he is bringing his mightiest wild, like a big cat game. It is a cougar. That is their mascot. And I'm standing there in my 45th year feeling like Matt Damon from Stillwater looking at my son, and I am just like, son, you have no idea just how lucky you are to be entering that building with your numbers and mine on it, and a cougar outside, and this really great assistant principal with school spirit. And we waited in line, and my son has a Nirvana t-shirt on and brand new. He couldn't get the Stan Smiths. Again, they were out of his size. So we did go with the whitest shoes on the planet for him to enter his first day. And so he got his homeroom assignment, and he walked into that building, and I have no idea how he's doing. So I am just sitting here updating my files on to how is world going in my neck of the wood. Knowing that I look like a bloated, I mean, I look like the aerospace around my body, whether it be metabolite, whatever it is not working to my specs. But it is working in some altered fashion for which I feel like a large balloon, almost like when they, at the Explorers Club, when they speak of the Excelsior Project and his very fine-tuned spacesuit, when his one hand just blows up and becomes like the blood rushes in it, and the cells are just not working the way that gravity's supposed to work, and it's plumping up and it's starting to hurt. That is how my body feels at the moment, and I have no control over it. No matter what diet restrictions I do, no matter how much exercise and energy management I introduce, it defies the laws of physics, and it defies the laws of, like, I mean, personal torture is what it feels like. And I don't know how to rectify it properly, but boy, I am sure trying at however I tell this story. I don't know how to tell it any other way than what the facts are, what they were leading into this, and just how problematic it has become. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.